listening to the Lion PAWcast.
Yes, people. Episode 8. We are back again. Give thanks, James. You killed it.
Thanks.
James. Such a great job. All right. Great job.
Great job.
Yeah, people. So, you know, it has nothing too exciting is going on, but we did put out another Blank Check song today on the Blank Check Riddim. This one is called Heartaches from Dre Z Melody.
This is tune number 3?
Yeah, tune number 3.
Out?
Yep. So, and we're going to keep putting them out every Friday, and then on the last Friday, we're going to release the whole Riddim all together on Spotify and Apple Music.
And at the moment, these tunes that we're sneaking out are only available on YouTube. So you can't quite add them to your playlist on Apple Music and all that stuff just yet. Because
you can add it to your YouTube playlist.
Yeah, you can add them to your YouTube playlist. But on that last day, what are there? So 7 songs off this?
Yeah.
Is that right? So on the 7th day, everything's going to be put out, like Dane was saying.
Yeah. So, cool. That's going on. And then, of course, as you know, we're going to be doing this Bob Marley, Dennis Brown birthday thing this whole weekend, which is going to be really cool. 5, 6, 7.
Everything's on a 7.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Damn. So, yeah. So, Austin on the 5th. Fort Worth on the 6th, and Houston on the 7th. So if you have any family living in any of those spots or friends, please tune them into that because we could really use the support. It's going to be on Super Bowl Sunday in Houston, which, you know, I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all worried about that?
We're good.
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay.
So anyway, so people, please come out for that thing, and we're going to have a good time. So let's move it on to new music. We don't have that many selections today, but Jeremy, you brought a tune.
Yeah, I brought a tune, and I brought a tune for Tom before. So, James, this one's for you.
Why? Thank you.
I heard it on the radio. There's a radio show called Guitar Picks on, I forget, it's one of the local stations. And it's on Mondays, and they just play a lot of, you know, guitar player stuff. One time I was tuning in, I heard them play, like, young Jimi Hendrix when he was backing somebody, and you probably know the band he started in, like...
Who, Little Richard's band?
Yeah, maybe something like that. But so they play that kind of stuff, all centering around guitar players. So this one is one of your favorite guitar players, Danny Gatton.
Hey,
yeah,
who was also on the podcast before.
Yeah, you brought one of his songs that got turned into that, or that was based off that Exotica song.
Right.
Quiet Village. Yeah. So this is another tune. Believe it's instrumental. Thought you would like it. It's called Tragedy.
That's a cool tune, man. Oh, something's happening.
Yeah. I actually came in on the end of it when I was listening to it on the radio and like had to go into work, and I was like staying in there to get it Shazammed.
Nice.
But yeah, it has the same. It was funny because I was thinking to myself, I don't know if y'all have watched Twin Peaks or anybody that listens to the Twin Peaks or has watched it that's listening, I mean. But at the end, he does something that kind of like reminded me of that theme song. Mm-hmm. And the dude actually said it on the air, the host, and I was like, oh, I wasn't far off. But Danny Gatton, James, tell us a little bit about him, because you know more about him than I do.
I think he's from Ohio. Or no, he's from Washington, D.C. And he was a prodigy of guitar. I think he started when he was pretty young and was playing in bars. And he was a hobby car fixer guy. What do you call that?
Enthusiast car.
And
Like a mechanic?
not a mechanic per se, like someone who restores hot rods and
Because
stuff.
this album cover is him
I guess
sitting
you're a
on a hot
mechanic.
rod.
Yeah, the album cover is called Cruisin' Deuces.
Okay. And
Which, I don't know what that means.
cruising, I don't know.
Like a
But-
deuce coupe,
No
maybe?
idea.
Yeah.
Like
And
a
then-
two-seater?
Oh
be.
yeah. That's what. Yeah, it looks like a 2-seater.
All
hot
right,
rod.
well, there you go.
And he died tragically. He committed suicide. So
Damn.
He was a Nashville guy, though, right? Like, wasn't he a big...
I'm not. No, he was DC,
Oh, okay.
but I'm sure he traveled all over.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
I like
man.
the pedal steel.
Yeah.
Does he play that too, or is that probably somebody else?
I think it's someone else.
He's
Could be wrong.
Is he the telly guy, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Telly guy.
He's got a telly in the album cover.
So that's that sound. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, people. Well, the other song that we're going to play is, of course, going to be Drazy Melody, Heartaches. So this one is the most recent release that just came out last Friday. So, yeah, people, check
This
this one
came out
out.
today.
Drazy Melody, yes, but they will be listening to it on Monday.
Oh man.
So let me out up in the sunshine. Please don't be lonely. So let us pray upon the sunrise. Don't be too far away. Misty mountain on the moonrise. Highly majestic. Grandfather, brother, sunshine. Forgive my timing. Honor my father and atone for sin. My mother teaches so bad. Revere your father and live a long life. Obey the Lord, no strife. A father blessing gives family might. I pray we sing more life. Every blessing, every good feeling. Pray for us, we cry. Heartaches, my heart aches. Heartaches, are we gonna miss you? Heartaches, my heart aches. Heartaches, oh Lord.
Yeah, people. So again, that's Drazy Melody, thing called Heartaches on the Blank Check Riddim. And make sure to go over to Drazy Melody's YouTube page and check that one out. Hit subscribe for him. And yeah, stay tuned for some more Blank Check stuff.
We hope you're not tired of listening to it, because we got 4 more to go. I
know.
would say we're not halfway there, but technically you can't be halfway there.
It's like the
But
12
that's
days of Christmas.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about a Riddim. You can pick your favorite song, and when they're all out, you don't have to listen to them all. You can just have
Yeah.
one or two that's your favorite. But
Are y'all tired of listening to it? Tom?
Not really.
No,
Nah.
yeah, no,
I think it's all right.
yeah. And
I like to see what
there's
the
a
other
nice
people will
variety
do.
too.
yeah, every song is about something different. Every singer sounds different. They have their own style. And I was just thinking about the Cali Buds. I think it was the Cali Roots Riddim. Man, they got 20
Yeah, a
songs
ton
on
of
it.
people on that.
Yeah.
Dude, and like everyone is kind of a name on it too. Like it's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
got like Julian Marley on it.
it's a heavy hitting rhythm for
And they,
sure.
they brought some American artists in on that
Yeah,
too,
it's,
right?
it's a lot of American artists.
like
it's like a
Stick
good balance.
Figures, the lead singer from Stick Figures on there, I think.
Yeah. It's, Arise Roots is on it. giant pandas on it.
I think Common Kings might be on it.
Yeah.
They're cool.
But honestly, it's good. Like everybody's songs are really dope. But dude, I cannot listen to 20 of them. It's too many.
Yeah.
Just take some weed gummies and you'll be fine.
You won't remember any of them.
They'll all blend in together.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, people. Yeah, that's about it for the new music thing. So keeping it moving on. Well, we could talk about two things, guys. We can either talk about movies and TV, which I don't think we don't really have that much.
I've been watching a cool show, and you guys won't be able to relate because you haven't been watching it, but maybe I can convince you guys to start watching it by talking about how cool it is.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. I think it's called Lupin, if you say it in a French way, but I just call it Lupin because it's Lupin. It's the guy's name.
Is it it's a live action?
It's a French show that's overdubbed in English. So I don't know if you guys can watch. This is the first thing I've watched that like that.
It's overdubbed in English.
Huh? It's overdubbed in English.
But I'm
So
sure
they're
you could put the subtitles on and listen to the original soundtrack. There's audio options.
Yeah, you could do that too. But what I'm doing is, they're speaking in French and there's an English overdub, so it's kind of weird to look at sometimes, but it's cool. And it's pretty much about this guy who is. There's this book. I should look it up, but I'm not going to look it up. That's about a gentleman thief who's like these stories in France that are kind of like superhero stories almost. And there's all these little short stories of this guy, and he's like pulling off these different heists, like maybe kind of like Hardy Boys or something, but they're detectives, so not really the same thing. But so this guy's like obsessed with him, and he actually. Something happened to him and his family back in the day, and he's trying to kind of avenge what happened, but by pulling off this heist, which includes a series of all these small other heists to, later on get to the big guy he's trying to get after.
Okay.
And revenge on him. But it's cool because it's kind of like, if you like Ocean's 11 or the Ocean's movie where they're, pulling off this stuff, like it's really cool. And he wears all these disguises and, slips things in people's jacket pockets and pickpockets people. I don't know. It's just
that's dope.
It's cool. And the first episode, there's only 5 out now because it's like a mini series, I guess. But there's going to be a second season soon.
I'll check it out.
But yeah, the first episode, I didn't know how I was going to be about it, but the first episode is pretty great and convinced me to finish the rest. So I don't know if anybody's watching it out there. Let me know. Yeah. If you like it too.
For sure. I'll look at it.
Yeah.
I've got a movie I would recommend. It was on Hulu. I told you about it already, Jeremy.
Yeah.
It's called In and of Itself. And it's like a play, pretty much, that this dude did 500 times or so them say. And he uses different footage from each play, like to kind of validate the accuracy of his tricks. Because he kind of does magic at the same time, in a way. So he has this long monologue. He's telling a story about himself, and it's really hard to describe, but he's basically at the end of the day talking about like identity, how others see you and how you see yourself and your personal identity, and like what that means if you need to, I don't want to get too far into it because it goes deep, and you should definitely see it. And it's cool because of the setting of it. It's not like a movie. You feel like you're sitting watching a play, And I don't know, it's really cool, and I'm sure you'll hear some people talk about it. Stephen Colbert produced it. That's how I heard about it on his show, and he recommended it. So I was like, all right, let me check it out. It's on Hulu, In and of Itself. So. And
you were saying that some of the quote unquote magic trick kind of stuff he's doing is like human kind of condition kind of stuff, or like because he uses volunteers.
Yeah, he uses volunteers. He like guesses things about them, that are like super spot on, and like sometimes people cry and stuff like that because it's like, and like I don't know how he does his tricks.
But it's not like the fake psychic thing where he's like, someone is speaking to you.
It's not like
name
that.
Starts with a P.
Yeah. No,
T?
it's not like that. It's not like that. I don't want to give it away too much. You should just check it out. But it's all about like personal identity. So, and each of his tricks, and stories that he tells, they all relate back to this common motif of the entire performance. And so like as you progress, it starts to make more sense, and you're like, oh shit. And, like,
And so this
know,
movie's an edit of all the times he's done that.
Yeah.
Like, so he's done it. It's a one-man show that he's done, like you said, over 500 times.
And it'll show like one person's reaction, and then it'll cut to like another performance with a different volunteer, their reaction. It'll show you like 5 or 6 of each different person.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Just to show that it's not totally random.
Yeah, and that it's not somebody that he selected from, you know what I'm saying? That it's not like an actor or something like that, I assume. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty cool. So
Where was it filmed?
I'm assuming New York. I don't know. You'd have to...
Well, if it's Colbert, then probably.
I imagine so.
Well, it wasn't. It's a compilation of a bunch of different performances while he was touring it, probably.
Could have all been in New York.
Could have been
It's all in
Broadway.
the same theater.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought maybe he took his show on the road and like...
Maybe it's on Broadway.
Yeah, it's definitely New York.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Damn, even more impressive.
Yeah. I mean, New York has that theater community, so like you could do a play for a long time, and there's so many people there. So
They've been doing Cats for 55 years now.
Oh my god.
And they just had to make a movie too. A very
didn't see it.
creepy...
Oh, speaking of cats, not really cats, dogs. I saw they're making another.
Speaking of cats, dogs are in the news.
Dogs are in the news today. They're making a new Cruella de Vil movie. I saw.
Yes, oh man, I've heard who she was gonna be, and I can't remember.
Is it that person from what's her name from the Hunger Games? Is it her?
Katniss.
Who's
Jennifer
that?
Lawrence?
Yeah, is it her?
I don't think so, but I don't know. But I did see something about that. Is it a Cruella de Vil movie or a 101 Dalmatians movie?
I think it's a Cruella de Vil movie called Cruella.
Well, honestly,
Pretty sure I
guys,
see.
I don't care about that movie coming out.
Just buy it.
Don't care.
James brought it up.
Yeah.
We were talking about cats.
Well, you know,
It's
I
true.
like dogs.
It's true. Yeah. Dogs are better.
They're way better. Sorry, Tom.
Tom is scowling over here.
For all the listeners out there,
Tom, you don't even have a cat.
Tom likes cats.
Tom has a cat.
Everybody else likes dogs.
It's a tomcat.
Oh shit!
Anyway, all right, let's move on. Cats and dogs. It's gonna be very partisan, and we're gonna get into this big fight if we keep going down this road.
Yeah.
So
For
we
what it's
just
worth,
gotta-
Tom's cat is pretty cool, and I don't say that about a lot of cats because I hate most cats, and yours is
It's true.
What's your cat's
If you got
name?
a cool cat, it's a different story.
cool cat.
What's your cat's name?
Maggie.
Why'd you have to get up close to the mic?
Maggie?
All right. Well, we wish you and Maggie a happy rest of your lives.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on. Austin has been kind of on some crazy-ish lately.
Okay, so you guys, we were talking about this beforehand. You guys know about this stuff, and I don't. So what are you talking about? 'Cause
First of all, did you hear about the hostage situation?
no.
All right. So what was it? Tuesday, there it was like a disgruntled employee, I think, went in there and shot up 2 people.
What?
She was killed. A bunch of people were running out.
Where?
No, they were
Here.
fellow pediatricians. The person who shot them was
Employee.
also a pediatrician.
Yeah, so it
at
was
a different. I don't know if it was
different
the same
practice?
or
Was
a
it
different
maybe
practice, but they
rival
were-
practices, and it was in like a turf dispute, maybe?
See, another thing that I saw in the news that is gaining attention, and rightfully so, is that the Travis County jails are getting in trouble because a inmate was calling out for COVID. Actually, he wasn't calling out. He couldn't breathe. He told his cellmate. The cellmate rang for the guard and was calling out for over 6 hours. When the guard finally came, the guard told him, he's like, that's something you need to call your lawyer about.
And that was so. There's a backstory to this. In one of the buildings at the Travis County Jail, there was a COVID outbreak, and the jail directors and staff weren't doing anything to control this. They weren't doing anything to monitor the health of the other inmates. So you have this COVID outbreak taking place, and at the same time, somebody in the kitchen at the jail also got COVID. So they shut down the kitchen and started serving these inmates who are already at risk, if not already sick, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all day. That's the only
my
thing they
God.
had to eat for days on end. So a lot of the criminal defense attorneys here in Austin who have clients in Travis County Jail started calling attention to this. And as a result of that, as a result of them bringing attention to this issue in the jail, that's where the staff started taking sort of these retaliatory actions against inmates when they would say, hey, listen, my cellmate is sick or I'm sick. They would say, oh, wait, talk to your attorney. And besides that, what's happening? These inmates should be vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
Because they represent a high-risk population. But you have like judges and prosecutors who are jumping in line, who are the very people who are putting these people in the jail getting their vaccinations first. And it's also important to remember that the most of the people who are in that jail haven't even been convicted. They've just been charged.
Yeah.
And jails or trials right now are on hold in Travis County. So those people are basically stuck there unless they're released on bond, which a lot of them don't pose a threat to society and should be.
Yeah.
But instead of that, they're just being held in that jail.
Damn.
And at risk of contracting coronavirus and either getting extremely ill or dying. Sorry.
Damn.
But
Don't get arrested.
It's pretty messed up, the situation.
But good luck trying to convince people to be like, oh yeah, we need to give prisoners vaccines. People are going to lose their heads and be like, why are you giving the criminals the vaccines? Like,
that's the thing.
We need them first. Like, we need the some grubby and
yeah, but
like,
I mean, it's so messed up because like you said, you haven't even been convicted.
That's
no,
the thing.
I totally get it.
Yeah, but there are people who are going to think that they're just second class.
We're not going to give them to the criminals.
No, I get that, but it's
but
like,
you're the ones that are putting them in the
you're forced into a situation.
That's the whole argument. There was like, well, we didn't force them into any situation. They did the crime,
Allegedly. We have to say
allegedly too.
Yeah.
That's the messed up part. Play devil's advocate. I definitely think that, that should be handled.
Did you see the other news story about coronavirus, about the wealthy couple who...
oh, yeah, in Canada?
Is that where they were?
Yeah.
Who they posed as workers so that they could get a vaccine before anybody else, like the people that need it.
Wow.
So they traveled across Canada to, I forget what a First Nations area, and posed as workers on the First Nations
And they got busted.
land, and they got busted. Yeah, to get to jump in line for their vaccine. But it's like this well-to-do white couple from like
Why
Toronto
are they so
or Ottawa or some
hungry
shit.
for that? They must be so scared. I've gotten corona 3 times already, man. It's all good, dude. It's chill. It's chill now. Now when I get it, it's just like a day. Just one day.
That just shows you how like desperate it's made people are. How it's
Yeah.
like,
You really had
driven people
coronavirus 3 times?
No. Maybe. I
Yeah,
had
who
a few
knows?
days that I did not feel good. But did I lose my sense of smell and taste? No.
Got to get that antibody test.
Did you
I don't
lose
know.
your short-term memory? I can't tell if it's that or the gummy. Who knows?
James is just like, he's like thinking of gummy jokes like this whole day. Like, all right. Well, the only other thing that I've been thinking about is this thing with the economy and everyone just going ham on GameStop and
I lost thousands of dollars.
Did you?
dude, it's
So
it's
far,
pretty
yeah.
strange that this happened. Because I was thinking about this earlier. I've mentioned this to you guys a few times. Where like over the past, I want to say 6 months, a lot of friends of mine have been investing. Right, you guys included. Not you, Jeremy.
I do not invest. I don't believe in it. I'm just kidding.
It's against my philosophies of life. But
I invest in cash in a shoebox buried out in the backyard.
All right. And you're technically losing money. Your money is devaluing in the ground.
Okay, then Pokemon cards buried out in the ground. Wait till they get super valuable and then cash them in. For
First
millions.
edition Charizards are still worth a lot. So hey, it's weird because a lot of my friends were starting to invest, and then I started seeing tons of ads on Facebook and TV directed towards millennials, like, hey, it's just an app. You can just, blah, 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 within your Cash App, within your Venmo.
Because they all realize that we're idiots. No one actually is a professional, and they're just trying to get the money.
So then they're trying to turn us all into like, little like pocketbook traders, like we're just trading stocks and stuff. So in my head, I was like, man, I don't want to believe this brainwashing. I don't want to do this just yet. So I personally don't do it yet. But then this crazy thing blows up where like all these Reddit users I've like band together and are now like influencing the market, and I think that's badass, and I kind of regret not getting into it, and now I'm like, damn, I wish I had been more hip, because I like this kind of like stoking the fire under Babylon, like, you know, the control, like, you know what I'm saying? Because even just you messing around with $20-$30 in stocks, but joining a group of millions of people, like doing something, like, you know, even if you lose your money, it was still fun to do it.
Can we
You can turn the tables on
Can we
them, is
explain
exactly
what
what
we're
it is.
talking about here? What happened? Because I don't necessarily know. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, and maybe for the people who aren't aware, what
Does
happened?
one of y'all wanna talk-
Somebody explain it. One of you stock intelligent
All right.
guys.
So there's a hedge fund, right? I forget the name of it. Begins with an M, and basically GameStop is going bankrupt, right? So they
Because nobody's been going to GameStop. We don't
Right.
need it anymore.
correct,
All right.
and also you can download games.
Right. It's like Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what
So-
about Hold on. What about Blockbuster stock? Is that going to go up too?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
It's already bankrupt.
Sorry.
I mean,
let's
Go ahead.
let's do the
GameStop.
explanation.
GameStop.
So they were basically, the hedge fund had positioned themselves on betting that they're gonna lose money and eventually go bankrupt, and then the hedge company would make money from that. So the Reddit people got together and they said, "Hey, let's fuck over the hedge fund and all take money." And what they did is put options together, which I'm not gonna explain how that works, but they put all this money in, driving the price up, so that the hedge funds had to basically start shorting their profit or their stock, basically. Their
So you're
calls.
saying all these people bet that it would that the stock was going to go down, and when a bunch of people buy the stock, it goes up.
And then
so
they had-
therefore they lose the money because they bet on it going down.
Right. So all these people
Okay.
banded together, drove the price up so high that they all made money, and the hedge fund lost, I think, $3 billion, which is a lot of money.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
good
then,
for them.
And then, obviously, the rich people don't like what that had happened, and so they put a bunch of restrictions on Robinhood and other platforms that you trade.
Okay, so I
Basically,
heard about that. That happened after the fact.
That
So
happened-
after this
that
happened, then
happened
Robinhood
yesterday.
like slapped these, you can't do this, you can't do that rules on their app now?
basically, which is manipulating the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now Robinhood is facing a lawsuit, and it's just very clear to us that, you know, they don't want the common man to be trading and doing things with the economy. You know what I'm saying? They want it to be like
No, you can do it, but you can only do it if it helps us.
Well, I heard that 95% of shares and stocks are owned by like the 1% of the rich. You know what I mean? So it's really like us as the 99% of people, we don't hold any of actual wealth. But if we all chip in our little stimulus money that we got, and, you know, we can make little movements, it just takes millions of us to
Yeah.
work together with our little
Basically,
bit of
that's
money.
what
But that's the mindset from the get-go that, like, I mean, this is a great, like, example of that, and we were talking about that, too, like, okay, take something small like this and, you know, kind of, you know, not that important, but it became a huge thing.
Yeah.
Just from people uniting and coming together with a common goal to do that. It's like, okay, if we can do this, then feel like we can accomplish other things.
Well, they did. They went after AMC. They got AMC stock going up. They
Yeah.
were working on a few different.
30 Nokia, and then I got screwed over in that personally. Sorry, guys. I'm down $700.
Don't apologize to me. It's your own money.
What was your initial investment?
I will not disclose my financials.
Because that's the thing. If you invested not that much and then it went up and then you're down 7, but
So
you,
wait, here's the thing though. I wouldn't have put that money in if I knew that Robinhood the next day was going to say no one can buy stock, you can only sell the particular stocks,
Yeah.
which made it crash. So I'm like, okay, I thought because everyone was hyping it up online that it would be an easy flip, but
James, you should join the class action lawsuit.
I will if there is one.
Stop
Can I
moving
join? Can I join the lawsuit? What do you have to do?
Invest and lose money.
Oh.
Yeah, you should have already. You have to get screwed over
Dang.
to join the lawsuit. You can't just hop on a lawsuit.
But there are two quotes from a thread that I found that users had just put in. I thought this one was pretty good. It's by Joe Ventura 1.
All right.
So Joe, if you're listening,
He's not.
sorry.
He might
says-
be. You don't know.
He says, "I'm assuming that the next time a hedge fund starts to make too much money shorting and destroying a business, that they will be deplatformed from their Bloomberg terminal and throttled by their prime broker in the name of orderly markets and consumer protection.
Yeah, good luck with that. I doubt it.
I thought that was nice.
Yep.
Check out my diamond hands, y'all.
Yeah, I didn't get that. What the hell is Diamond Hands?
It's all the people making money on GameStop.
Oh.
They all got diamond hands now.
Oh, I saw that meme. I didn't understand that.
Whack.
There's like this
And
whole...
they're also saying they'll say something and just be like, I'm with all you retards since we're all just retarded. They're all just saying they're retarded.
Dude, yeah, I'm not a part of that whole thing. I'm not a part, but I'm seeing friends of mine on Facebook talk like that and talk about that and use rocket ships and
they're
be like,
saying
rocket ships.
they're saying games
What's
like,
that
what?
mean?
It means it's going to the moon.
Yeah. I like this. I like
Just
that.
like make a Reddit account and then you can go do all
I
that
know,
stuff.
I know. I need to. I'm into it. And you know, it's
you
funny.
Be Danezor 69. I don't know.
So I'm bringing this full circle just to say that I think I was given plenty of signs 6 months ago, and I ignored the signs. You know, like I've been asking people, like, do you guys notice how much advertising and how much strength is being put on getting millennials to get these apps to buy stocks? It was weird to me. I noticed it, and I kept saying that, and I just slept on it. So.
Oh, how about this? So all this stuff is happening, but also Robinhood, after they screwed us all over yesterday, all their users, they're actually having an IPO this year. So I'm interested to see how that will turn out, seeing that everyone doesn't trust them now.
Yeah, I think that this might be the end, or I don't know, like, because there's plenty of other options. You don't have to go with Robinhood. So
Yeah, I already know people that do that, not from that app, that trade in a different app because
It's
they
just
don't
really
like Robinhood.
easy.
Yeah,
And they don't do brokerage fees. That's the whole reason why.
well,
I'm sure it's a good beginner, way into this world.
I got to do something, man. So anyway, people,
Well, put all your money into whatever you think the next thing they're gonna go for, or maybe Dan can sneak onto Reddit, talk with the people on Reddit, and figure out who they're gonna gun for next.
I think
well,
the next...
Reddit's being like monitored, and like Reddit's kind of like this whole thing, this bubble kind of blew up because of so much, action now.
I heard the next stock ticker symbol that's going to go up is PNUS.
This has got to be a joke.
PNU, I think it's called penis.
Okay. Good.
That's actually a big inside joke in the stock thing that people always
is
people
it?
always
Yeah, but we wouldn't know that
yeah, I
because
know.
we.
But people always say on Facebook, like, what's the next big option we're gonna buy tomorrow? And then people will comment PNUS.
It's like Penn USA.
Yeah.
All right, people. Well, you heard it here first. You got the inside knowledge about stock trading.
We're going broke. I'm going broke.
I guess this might be a new segment, like Stocks with James.
You're going broke, but yet you're telling me to
Actually, I'm
invest
not.
more. Okay,
I'm actually not going broke. My Caesars is doing quite well still.
I sold that.
Caesar's Palace or Caesar's. Do you invest in Caesar salad?
Little Caesars?
No, we invested in me
I'm gonna invest in Little
$5 hot and
Caesars.
readies.
$5 hot and readies will never go down.
Yeah, I'm gonna invest in those right now,
America runs on Dunkin'.
Dunkin' Donuts is next.
No, I hate Dunkin', but $5 hot and readies all day.
It's great.
It's not great for you to eat, but it feeds children.
It can feed a whole tribe.
Yeah, I can never say I feel good after eating Little Caesars.
I haven't had Little Caesars in a minute.
It was in
Yeah,
our
same.
darkest days in Chicago on the stoop.
That was actually
Back
the
when
first time I
$5
ever
hot
had
and readies
that.
were actually $5.
That was the first time I ever had a hot and ready was because you guys brought me there. And then that garlic sauce that tastes like fake garlic butter chemicals, but it's actually really good.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap this thing up.
It's the weed gummies now on Caesar.
You're on the weed gummies, James.
I know.
All right. Wrap this thing up. Thank you all. Episode 8. Yeah, and I'm not sure what I'm going to leave you, so we'll see what happens. But give
Follow
thanks.
us on all the good stuff as always.
Yep.
Send our links to your friends.
Yes, people. So, all right. Well, we'll see you next time. Bless up.
Peace.
Bye.